accident. You become that person by being intentional. By saying, you know what, this is what I'm going to get out of this year. Right now, you should be saying, this is what I'm going to get out of this moment. This is your life. You have to figure it out. You have to figure out what's best for you. But I will tell you this, a made-up mind. Most people have made up their mind that, you know what, it's done. Most people say, oh, my plans didn't go the way they're supposed to go, so I'm just going to take it. But not you. You're going to make up your mind that you're going to be that 1%. At some time or another, you've agonized over making a decision. Some decisions are major decisions. And also there are a lot of small decisions that we don't make. That they tax our minds, they drain our energy. They create a lot of anxiety and nervousness and mental torment. Because we don't take care of it. We decide not to decide, which is a decision. Deciding to decide, to act. Let's go, let's go. Good morning, fam. How are we feeling? Happy Tuesday. Sending love and blessings over. I hope you had a great start to the morning, a phenomenal start to the week already. Woo! Neno's call this morning. What a great time. 11:11. Paint your vision in the middle of leg day. Now you're good. No worries. Get it in. I love it. Phenomenal morning call going over the lone wolf journey. And I believe this is such a great time because it's universal, right? Drop a 2 down below if you guys feel like you've been going through a lone wolf journey, right? You might have individuals who might not see what you see, right? Whether it's family, close friends, right? Along this journey, this is just a big piece of what all of us, if you haven't experienced yet, you're eventually going to. But I love it, right? Robert Frost, if you never had a chance to hear that poem, great one to go ahead and check out. If you guys didn't get a chance, I'm going to drop it in the chat once we get off of this call. But let's get into it for today. Today, we're talking about the 4 natural powers. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but this is good. This literally piggybacks right off of that topic, right? For many of us, there's a fork, right? Robert Frost talks about there's a fork in the road. And today, I'm going to go ahead and get into the fork in the road. So let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. Let me know what's everybody grateful for. Let me get live on IG, and we have an exciting topic coming into today to really put this last couple months into perspective. So here we go. The 4 natural powers. Let's go. Love it, fam. So grateful for God. I'm so thankful to be alive. So blessed to be on here with each of you to see the journey. I know Shane's about to head back shortly, wishing a safe trip, sending a lot of great energy over to Mama Bear. So grateful for the information. This week has been packed out. And even tonight, I believe we've got Mr. Oren Wright dropping the sauce. Yesterday, we've got a ton of value poured into all of us. So just know this is just the beginning. And we're pulling in all types of amazing souls. Brandon Boyd is one of my favorite stories that I've ever heard. Somebody that has 6 kids and has been able to really show we can make it happen no matter what happens. I'm talking bankruptcy, lost everything in his life. He was able to come and not only get it back, but go get it back and 10 times it. So phenomenal testimony. Just goes to show every one of us has greatness inside, just being able to go ahead and tap into it. So let's dive in. The 4 natural superpowers. Johnny in the building. Let's go. So the first one, and this is a little bit of John C. Maxwell. Okay, I actually got this training about 2 years ago. And this is one that just always stuck with me because at any time, any season, we can go ahead and really make this resonate. So the first one that he talks about is going to be right here. Every one of us alive, right? In this moment, we all have the power to be able to not only go to work each day, but to be able to go to work on ourselves and express the best version. And we don't need a title to be able to do that. So just like the Robert Frost story, this is something that happens to almost anybody who gets into the road less traveled, right? Most of the time, we're going to have a little bit of opposition. We're going to have some resistance. We're going to have things that don't go right. And same thing with pay, right? With a normal job, we're so used to working, get paid. But in this side, you don't always get paid directly from the work that we do. In fact, it's a lot like planting seeds, right? And we're able to go ahead and get the fruit. But here's what I know. To be able to go ahead and put our head down and really work on becoming the best version, even if it's small steps, right? The morning rituals, the morning routine, this is phenomenal. This bleeds off into every other area of life. To have the discipline to be able to get up and journal, do our gratitude, hop on our go lives, hit the gym early like Shane's knocking out right now. These disciplines bleed into everywhere. Being able to go ahead and stay consistent, posting, right? Staying up with networking, building relationships, constantly growing in all different areas. This is huge. So for the first natural superpower is right here. Every one of us, no matter what happened, we all get the decision to be able to wake up and say, we can make this the best day possible with the circumstances that we have, right? So that's number one. Number two, every one of us alive today, John C. Maxwell says, to be able to inspire, influence, and elevate each person that we meet by the gift of being a great example. And we don't need a title to do that either. And this is funny too, because a lot of these things always goes back to the principles of success. A lot of the mentors that we listen to, they all go right back to this. Gratitude. Sean Murphy talks about it every day. He's like, in the morning, how many of you sent out your 3 gratitude messages? And it could be to people that you don't even know. Could be the individuals that you see on Instagram that's killing it, that's staying consistent. They gave great value for the day. Shoot them a DM. I love your content. I'm loving your mindset. Imagine if we sent out 10 of those messages before 10 a.m. for the next 7 days straight. You never know what this gratitude can go out and lead to, right? Being able to be at the gas station, being at the gym, leaving a compliment with somebody, that connection could absolutely go anywhere. In fact, one of my biggest testimonies that I've been able to see, Shane and Talina, right? It came from Romeo. You see, we had a student that, one of my partners, Dylan Waxler, right? We saw this individual online. He played basketball, and we're literally sitting inside the living room. We saw him online playing basketball, and we shot him a message. We shot him a comment. I don't remember exactly what it was. Yo, I love the form. I'd love to get together and play sometime. Long story short, we ended up linking up together, and he ended up becoming one of the biggest testimonies inside of the business, just from being able to be and lead with gratitude. You never know how much that comes back. So I started feeling, how can we do that in all different areas of life? How many thank yous can we get for today? And that could be on social media, that could be in person, but I think about it all the time. It's almost like building a bank, right? The more thank yous that we put out, the more the universe is going to come throw back into our bank. And I'm not even just talking about money, right? Emotionally, spiritually. So this is huge, right? Number 3, the third natural superpower. John C. Maxwell says, every one of us alive, right? We can all passionately drive positive change in the face of adversity, in the face of negative conditions. Kind of goes with this morning, right? The road less traveled. There's no way anybody you can show me that's went on the road less traveled that didn't face opposition, right? We talked about this week that didn't face negativity and trials and tribulations. This comes with it. But just like Michelangelo, he said, I chip you away at everything that's not meant to be. There's a famous Greek god statue. He's absolutely shredded on the top half, but the bottom, he's huge, right? He's like 400 pounds on the bottom. But he talks about this is just like life. Life is always going to be able to go in and throw all of these things on top of us. But this is growth. I believe everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens for coincidence. So even for me, being able to identify what is the lesson, what do we need to be, what do we need to be paying attention to that we can go and extrapolate to learn? Maybe it might be building a connection with our creator. Maybe it might be building more discipline with our body. Some people might have got a health check recently. It's just another reminder like, wow, I really have to take care of what I'm putting inside of my body. My grandfather, his heart's struggling right now. So even for me, it gives me that much more of a confirmation how important it is to exercise, to keep the heart healthy, to be able to move every day. Do you know how many, raise your hand if you guys know somebody that just gets off of work and they come back and they sit inside and they're locked in the house for the next 8 hours. They go to sleep and they wake up and they do that again. There's no physical activities, literally just sitting just sitting in one spot for hours at a time, coming back home to just sit and more stagnant. Same thing happens with water, right? Sitting water eventually gets moldy. Same thing goes with all of us, right? If we sit too long, we're eventually going to become stagnant. And I know what this is like because I've been there many times, because life hits, things get dark at certain times. Maybe it could be family issues. Maybe it's financial problems. Maybe money's really tight right now. So whatever the negative condition that's happening, it's so important to be able to keep a positive mind, right? Something that a lot of the mentors used to always bring up is PMA. Every day I'm always thinking about PMA. I was like, yo, what the heck is a PMA? He's like, it's a positive mental attitude. So it doesn't matter what happens in life, every one of us have the ability to be able to either react or respond. And the moment that we react, we get emotional, and we can let one negative moment literally take up the whole rest of the day, and the whole rest of the day is gone because we let one negative situation disrupt the whole rest of the beauty that the day was waiting to go ahead and give us. And I can't tell you how many times that I've been able to learn this lesson, right? Another big one I never forgot. It could be that one day that we're frustrated, we're angry, we're agitated, that blessing could have been waiting to be dropped in our hands, but we weren't ready to receive it because our hands were closed. We were so worried about what's wrong, so worried about what's not going right, so worried about everything that seems like it's crashing, not knowing that blessing could have been right there. Could be with that person that we met. It could have been getting on that Go Live. It could be putting out that video that maybe we got the value for today and we weren't ready to go ahead and put it out because we were afraid of what somebody was going to say. So this is huge. This is keys. And the fourth, but not least, that John C. Maxwell talks about is every one of us alive. When he talks about right here about leadership. The beauty of leadership is everybody is a leader. If you're a mother, you're a leader. If you're a son, you're a leader. If you're a teacher, you're a leader. If you're in construction, you're a leader. So basically the whole agenda is John C. Maxwell, his main focus is upon leadership. And to know that even if we have nobody in our business right now, no matter what the situation is, we are leaders. There's people that's watching us that we don't even know. I believe we're inspiring people every day that we don't even know who's watching. You never know. I see it time and time again. Somebody comes out of the cracks and say, wow, I needed that video. Somebody comes out and messages somebody else. You don't know how much that YouTube video changed my life. In fact, I'll give you one last example. This literally happened to me. One of my favorite stories. There's a video that I had on YouTube that I had posted years ago. I even forgot about it. And somebody had reached out years later after they happened to see that video. That video was the one that actually introduced them to trading. And they ended up not going to college. They ended up pursuing being a full-time trader. And she actually went out and did it. Right? Lady Boss Nikki knows. Her name is Grace. I'll have to get her up here for a Dreams to Reality podcast. But her story is so real. And it just went on to show me that even if life seems like it's crashing, your story, our testimony, you never know who that could touch, who that could go ahead and affect in a limitless way. Because I was going through a really tough time in my life at that point. So these are the four natural powers to know that every single one of us, we're a leader. Every single one of us, we have the ability to go ahead and become the best version. Every single one of us, we can go ahead and drive positive change in the face of whatever adversity is happening. So dreamers, with that being said, I love you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. And the road less traveled, this is a journey, just like Nena was talking about, the lone wolf. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But if you ask many the question, is it worth it? Most of the time, 10 out of 10, you are going to hear yes, right? If it not be what we're looking to manifest right now, it's just because we're being molded and shifted into the person that we are destined to become. So fam, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm running right here on this journey with you. Let's go ahead and wrap up the rest of this month with more ka-chings, more abundance, more blessings are here and on the way. Smash that like button if you guys got some value. Drop some threes down below, and let's go out and get ready to have an amazing Tuesday. I love you, fam. I appreciate you. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. See you in a few. You ready, fam?